Hey, what's going on, guys? Lemonade back with another Clash of Clans video. Today I'm going to be covering off Itsu's ground army with the Root Riders and the Valks, and why he's using that to push the season in his attempt of going basically perfect on offense. And I'll talk a little bit about why I'm switching to that strategy as well. So here in my log, you'll see I've done a few attacks already today in Legends League. And I failed my third attack here. So I'll show the army that I was using prior, which is the dragons. And so if I go to my attack log here, you'll see my first two attacks. I used this, mass dragon army with the invises. In the first attack, I had an extra skelly spell. I just, was just testing it out. And then in the second attack, I just went with the mass invis spells here. And they went fine, right? I tripled on both of those attacks. But you can see here on my third attack, I failed with a 93%, ended up fizzling out towards the end. And it got me thinking, right? Why did Itsu keep talking about, the ground armies being stronger than the air armies? He obviously mentions the seeking air mines, the traps that are available to basically mess up this army, and that the ground armies are generally stronger. So I went and I tried out his army. The only difference was I had an E-Titan there instead of a bunch of these super barbs. That's only because at the time I was boosting super minions to donate to my other accounts. I've since switched to the super barbs, but I want to show this replay first, talking about this attack I did with sort of the slight variant, and then we're gonna get into a live attack with the army as well. So talk about the game plan here. So again, in Legends League, you only have 30 seconds to plan to hit the base. So Itzy would always recommend, hey, look at the pathing, right? And me as an amateur player, I don't really see it that obvious, or it's not very clear to me when I look at the pathing. So I'm just going to talk about what I was thinking when I went into this attack and sort of how it played out. And I'll show how it played out and talk sort of do the live replay commentary. So here, when I was looking at this base, center town hall base with a rage tower, so very dangerous. So for me, this means that I want to use my warden ability, which is the double book with the healing and the invincibility. I want to use it close to where this rage tower is, because that's when your troops are going to be taking the most damage. So that's the first thing I was thinking. The monolith up here with the CC is quite dangerous as well, but this bottom side is a little tricky. So we have a poison tower and 3 multis. So again, you're going to be taking a lot of damage in this area as well. And then you can see on the outskirts, there's not as much, right? There's an expo here, an expo here. So effectively, most of the damage is kind of in this central area. And when I'm thinking about the funneling, I'm thinking, okay, well, how do I get my army to go into the core without taking too much crazy damage? And then without obviously running around the base. So I don't want my Root Riders to come in and start running around this way. And then same thing this way. You can see there's actually pathing sort of that will lead you potentially to the outside where these wizard towers are. And then your troops could eventually run outside the base. So my thought is, okay, if I can take out sort of these defenses that I'm clicking through here. So clicking through that way, if I can get rid of those defenses, and I can get rid of these 3 defenses here roughly, or these 2 at least, then my Root Riders can run in this way. So they can go from here to here and then slowly running through the core. That's the whole point, right? That's the whole point of funneling when you're looking at the Root Rider army, because they just walk the same way that as an RC would walk. They would just keep walking defense to defense. So your whole goal, and that's why using an RC is perfect to create pathing, because your RC is going to path the same way as your Root Riders would. So I think that's what, that's, the reason they came up with this strategy where they're using the invis on the RC and then recalling it after because of the way that the RC would naturally path as well. Whereas before, for ground smash attacks, people were using the Queen with the Magic Mirror and the Siege Barracks to create pathing. But then they found that it wasn't as effective as the RC, because the RC will actually go through and just target the defenses. So that funnel creation is actually going to take you less time to do than the queen, and then also it creates a better funnel because the RC again is taking out defenses rather than sort of every building in the area. Okay, the queen and king and the siege barracks approach to funneling is good for armies that for dragon follow-ups or just any troops that basically will hit anything, so like throwers even, right? Whereas when you're going with like a root rider army, then obviously you want to focus on creating pathing on the defenses. So let's get into this replay. Enough talk there. And I'm going to go 2x to see how it starts. All right, so here I'm just spending some time analyzing the base, and I'll slow it down once we actually get into when I just drop the RC. Okay, so I dropped my RC up top. And what Itsu does, or at least what I saw in his videos, is he uses the ability right away. And I think that's because as soon as you drop your RC, they are invisible right away. So I think it's just a way for him to take advantage of that invisibility window. There, I'm just following the timing in the game when I'm actually doing the invisibility spell. So that's at the X06 timing, right? So like 46, 36, 56. With the nerf now, it's a little bit more dangerous because your RC is going to take a little bit more damage, generally speaking. And then here I greed an extra few seconds to take down the monolith, and then pause here. Look what the RC has done now. So he's taken that wizard tower that was originally here and here, and he's kind of cleared this whole side. So there's no defenses on this whole top side. So you can imagine now when I'm looking at this bottom side, I'm thinking, okay, if my queen can start taking down these defenses, it'll let my root riders basically walk straight. So it'll go like bomb tower to here, to here, to here, to here, and then into the town hall, right? That's your goal. You don't want your root riders to basically path around this way. And I have an overgrowth as well. So I'm thinking, okay, well, as long as I can get a few of these down and my root riders are sort of in this area or on this scatter shot, to avoid them from like walking downwards and then out, I can just overgrowth a bunch of these defenses here and they'll just end up going straight. Okay, so we're gonna get back into this. So I drop my queen to take down the air defense, and I drop the siege barracks on the right-hand side. And then I drop a skeleton spell. I'm not sure if that's even a good use of it because the Expo locks onto my queen anyway. But it looks like it's distracting the king. So getting some value out of it. And then I start my root riders. I'm not exactly sure what the correct deployment is. I accidentally dropped my minion prince and double tap it so it shoots the ability right away. So that was a mistake that I made. But look at this pathing that's available now already. The air defense got taken out. The Expo and the wizard tower on the side got taken out. So now you look at my pathing, it's actually pretty good to go relatively straight. And then if I use an overgrowth like in this area, one, I'm going to, freeze the poison tower, which would be nice, plus all of these multi-infernos. But two, my root riders are basically guaranteed to go straight into the town hall, which is what I want anyway. And from Itsu's video, it tells you to delay the Valkyrie. So I'm basically waiting to deploy my Valkyries. Okay, so let's see. So I deploy them, and then there's like this one little elixir there, which scared me a little bit, but then it takes it out and then starts following where my root riders are. So that's good. I dropped some headhunters behind, and then I forgot to drop my RC that whole time. So again, I'm just learning this army now, trying to get better at like the deployment order and that sort of thing. You can see the overgrowth is deployed here. So that does two things actually. It helps with the pathing of my root riders in the core here. So they're going to go straight into the town hall and continue that way. But it also helps protect like my queen and the siege barracks troops down below. So it's actually doing both, right? It's helping the queen continue to support the funneling on the outside, and it also supports the funneling on the inside. I use my ability now that my troops have taken some damage. You don't want your root riders to die in the core here. And then I use a rage as well. And then all that's left from a spell standpoint is I have a rage. I figure you want to basically target, I think, your healers with the rage, because you want the healers to be raged up to heal your ground troops back to full. More than using the rage for like the extra damage on your troops. If you can get both, obviously that's great. But I think the priority is raging your healers. And you can see this base is absolutely crushed. I think we cleared it in 2 minutes, and this is why the ground army is top of mind when we're getting into Legends League. We're gonna get into the next attack here, so I'm gonna do a live attack with the army. You can see the differences. I have these super barbs instead of the E-Titan. I run an extra healer. Again, just because I'm getting used to the army. The Skelly spells, remember, those are going to be used to distract. So when we get into the attack, we want to find a ricochet cannon or monolith or something like that to distract. He runs the minion prince for good reason. I mean, the minion prince just does a bunch of damage and it's good at tanking air mines. On the queen, we have the arrow and the healer. On the warden, we have the double books with the diggy. And then the RC, this is standard for the recall strategy of the funneling. Okay, so let's get into an attack here. All right, let's see what we got. All right, so that event. All right, so we want to create pathing where we basically want to go straight through the town hall or from the other side. The rage tower is going to do a lot of damage here. So maybe we path into that and kind of go risky. There's an invis tower here, which we can trigger and go straight into that as well. So maybe that's the approach. I'm not sure what's the right approach, but I'm going to start from the bottom side here for now. And we're going to try and approach into that 56 invis. We're going to try and warn ability through all that damage in the core there. I'm going to get ready to use my RC ability soon. I think now's a good time to use my RC ability. So he goes invis again. 36, we're going to want to invis. Okay, and then I'm going to get ready to, I have one more invis. And we're going to use it after the 30 invis, okay? So we have one more invis, stuck in a tornado trap. Okay, so we're going to get ready to recall here, or do I greed one more? That's okay, let's just recall her. Okay, so the pathing that I tried to create took out that whole bottom side, which means we want to go from this opposite side. We're going to trigger that, which is going to be sweet. Drop our siege barracks here, and then I guess we can drop like a skeleton spell here or something like that. And then I think we're going to enter here for the root riders. Here, too early with the Valks. Let's drop our warden, our minion prince, and then some of these guys. Let's look up top, see what's happening. I'm not sure. That's not really going to do anything. Let's throw that. Oh, let's put our RC in as well. Forgot about her. And I guess we're going to go straight. That rage tower got taken out, so it's not even that dangerous of a compartment anymore. I'm going to overgrowth the backside and get ready to warden ability here. Nice. Let's see. Oh my god, what is that ice golem for? I'm not even sure. I just dropped it. So it's doing something at least. And we have another rage. Okay, that goes invisible, so that's not great for us. I'm going to get ready to use my minion prince ability. Yep. I guess we can rage up here in the core, because that's where our healers are. So I'm targeting the healers. And the healers are keeping my RC up right now, which is good. I have a whole bunch of super barbs that I should be dropping to start cleaning up some trash buildings. Maybe we just put a bunch here with the Valks and then the Headhunter. And maybe that'll take down some of that. Again, we have some archers we can deploy on the outside. The root riders are still up there. Yeah, look, this base is actually crushed. Even though I don't really know what I'm doing, we can use this to clear out the outside. That super barb Valkyrie thing that I did at the bottom wasn't that effective. But it's okay, I think, because this army is, like I said, just way too strong. So even if you don't know what you're doing, as long as you're kind of following the rough guideline of creating a funnel, overgrowthing like big damage or for pathing, you can see that you can be very successful. All right, we'll catch you in the next attack. All right, so on this base, I think. Okay, so all the dangerous. You want to be wardening ability in these rage compartments. Ideally, taking some of it out. We might RC walk maybe on one of these sides here. Maybe take the town hall out, to be honest. Let's try it. Might not be the right approach, but we'll see how it goes. 56, invis. Okay, 8 a town hall shot. Not the end of the world here. 50, gonna go invis again. Okay, 8, 46. My ability here. Save my rage. Go invis again. 38, 37, 36. Okay, one more invisibility spell. I might have to use it a bit early. Oh no, oh good. Okay, and then we're gonna invis one more time. Potentially take out, yeah, the multi. Okay, I'm gonna take advantage of this up to this 6, and we're gonna recall out. Okay, so I'm kind of taking that compartment out at the bottom. We're gonna drop the queen and shoot an arrow up here. Like so. Drop this, I think you're supposed to, I'm not sure what the ice golem's for, but I'm gonna drop it up there to help with the funnel, and we're gonna drop a skeleton spell there. And then the rest of this can come here. Boom, 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 boom. That. Drop these. Drop Headhunter. Drop our Valks. And drop our RC. Alright, let's see how we're doing. Okay, we're definitely pushing in the right direction. We're probably going to want to rage through one of these. And then we want to... we have the ability soon. Ooh, a little bit more. Okay, let's go here. Throw that there. And we're probably going to overgrowth this backside. Yeah, let's just overgrowth it. It's too much damage. Okay. And then once my minion prince turns, I want to use my minion prince ability. Okay, that was awful, but it's okay. I wanted to get both the ricochet cannons there, but I couldn't. And we're going to rage one more time around here. All right. How are we looking? We got some super barbs on the outside. That. All right. I'm not sure on this one, but we will see. Oh, I got the RC still alive. The minion prince goes to a phoenix, which is, just drop that. Check around. Okay, nice. So that actually worked out. I've never hit that base with this army before, but looks like that approach was good. And just, again, guys, shows how crazy strong this army is. I'll catch you in the next attack. All right, let's hop in. Make sure you guys are always double checking your army to make sure you're not, missing a spell or anything like that, because that could make you fail. Let's go. Okay, the approach here. Okay, so 2 invis towers. So we're going to want to arrow that at some point. We have a hole here, which we may want to use. We have a hole here as well on the left side. I think we're going to use the hole on the left side. And I can arrow both, maybe just one of the invises we can arrow and then root rider into it. So I'm thinking of like entering on this side. I'm going to take advantage of this hole here. Okay, 58, 56. Just going to get way too much aura value here. Go invis. Oh my god. Okay, that's scary, but good to go, good to go. 46. Okay, might have to do another invis early. And I have one more invis where we're going to use at 36. Okay, we're going to get this multi and we're going to recall out of there. Good. Okay, I lost my... That's okay. We can get rid of some of these trash buildings. And then we're going to arrow. I want to make sure I hit that one invis spot there. So let's just go from this side. Shoot. Okay, trigger that invis. Nice. Gonna wait for that to go down. Okay, I'm waiting for the invis tower to come up. And we're going to drop our army. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Like that. 1, 2, 3. We're going to drop this. We need to drop our siege barracks to support our queen. And then we're going to drop a couple of those. Okay, nice. Now we're going to rage through this initial part. I'm going to drop skeleton spells on the backside, I guess. One of them on the backside for now. And what we want to do here is be patient when we... Oh, just drop our Valks. When we trigger... Oh, we're going to have the ability soon. There's ability there. When we trigger this invis, we want to overgrowth that after. And then that should help us take down the base pretty easily. Or we can just do a partial. Oh yeah, let's just go like that. Nice. Okay, so our troops are going to run around and take out sort of the outside of the base, or the around. Is there any heroes left up? Nope. Can use this just for cleanup. I still have my RC ability, which I guess I could have used during the funneling. It's fine. I'm going to use it in combination with the rage on this last compartment here. So we're basically just going to get rage right here, and then we can use my RC ability, and then that should take out the rest of the base. Okay. A couple mistakes there. One, I didn't drop my Valkyries early enough, so that would have been helpful to drop. That base design is sort of baited to make you want to arrow both invis compartments. But you saw there, I only hit one on purpose, just because I had if you dropped your, I guess we can go back into that replay. We can talk about it. Let's go back into this replay. Talk about this base design. It's hard to talk through everything that I'm thinking about on the live attack, which I'm sure, the same thing with the other streamers as well. You can't get really all your thoughts out when you're trying to attack and deploy at the same time as thinking of what the overall game plan is. So again, at the top, we remember there was a hole here and there's a hole here. The reason I went into the hole here was, as long as, even if there's a tornado trap here, that's fine on the left hand side. But as soon as I drop my RC into there, it basically can take out most of that with just the aura and a couple of invis spells. So when we think about pathing, this would have been the only defense left in this sort of quadrant or corner of the base. And then you can see my RC actually walks down further, takes out the monolith and takes out the multi before I recall her. So yeah, basically I wanted to make sure we took out the Archer Tower, and then that means once the Archer Tower is gone, you can tell, you see the gap between these. There can't be a Tesla here, right? Because it's only a single tile gap. There might be a Tesla right here in front of this decoration, but that's fine because that'll lead us into this compartment. And my whole goal was, okay, I want to drop my Root Riders such that they walk into this compartment, and then next they walk into here, and then take out the town hall. So effectively, I want them to kind of go straight, right? So if I want them to go straight through this compartment and then into the town hall, then that means I need to take out this compartment, right? So I need to take these out such that my Root Riders don't have a chance to path over this way, because again, they're only targeting defenses. So that's why I drop my queen on this side. And typically I would drop my queen up top here, in the corner, and shoot diagonally, right? But my goal was to trigger this invis, because I don't want my Root Riders walking into that to trigger it, which would then result in them, walking past it and then eating all the damage from these for a very long time, right? Another trick I could have used, which I didn't in that attack, just because I didn't have the extra invis, is I could have used the invis and skeleton spell trick. So you basically would just drop a skeleton spell and then invis it so that your skeletons are hitting the defenses around, which would trigger the invis as well, right? If I had an extra invis and I missed the arrow, I would definitely do that, but I purposely dropped my queen to the right side of the spell factory, so it just basically shoots almost horizontally. As long as I hit one of these, it'll trigger the invis, okay? So we'll get back into this replay. You obviously saw what I just did live. Let's just sort of see what happens. 2x speed here. So we drop the RC on the left-hand side. Honestly, I'm not sure what that ice golem is for in the army. I guess you can use it to either support your Root Rider army or use it to support your queen. I'm guessing you're supposed to drop it with your queen and your siege barracks. But I'm gonna have to go back and watch the video to see what the intention of it was. You see, so then here, I don't need to be doing this now, taking care of these trash buildings, but I really should have focused on dropping 1 or 2 super barbs onto that Archer Tower, because my goal at this point is, 1, trigger the invis, which I just did with the queen here on the right, and then once it comes up, then I want to drop my Root Riders in. I need to get, again, I'm working on the deployment order. I'm not sure exactly what the right order is, but I'm practicing and learning the army, so bear with me. And then here I should have dropped my Valks, because I think you're supposed to drop them once the compartment is open, but then I actually dropped some super bars up here. After that gets taken out, then yes, 100% should have dropped my Valkyries into here to help with the damage. I guess I got a little bit lucky that that the army's strong. Yeah, here comes my Valks now, which is super late at this point, but better late than never. And then we just ability through the core. I'm not sure if that was necessary. We probably could have ability later. And then there's the invis triggering and then the overgrowth, right? The reason I do that, or the reason I was planning that in my head, was we know that when the invis goes off, all the defenses underneath are just going to sit there and hit us. So imagine like those defenses are up right now and just shooting at all of our troops. It's going to kill a lot of our troops or do a lot of damage, whereas now it's effectively rendered useless. And then when it comes up, look at what we have left. We still have the RC ability, and we have a rage spell that I'm in the middle of dropping right there. And then yeah, it's not even close at this point, right? So I think one of the keys to this army is, one, you got to keep your healers alive, because that'll basically make you overkill every single time. Two, you want to not get, I've been a little bit greedy with it, but you want to not get, you basically can't lose your RC. You don't want to lose your RC because your RC is also part of the big damage that goes with your Root Rider smash. So you don't want to lose your RC at all costs. I mean, ideally you keep the Fox too. I've been pretty bad at like invising to keep my Fox alive, or just been too greedy and not recalling early enough. And then three, you want to make sure you set the funneling on the other side with your Queen and your Siege Barracks and support that a little bit. So you can use the skeleton spells as well to support the Queen side push. So just keep that in mind, that your Queen staying alive is pretty important as part of this attack, because if your Queen doesn't like continue along the side that she gets dropped, then eventually your main smash will like start splitting up, and then that's how your troops will start dying. Whereas when they're all together and they're all clumped up, the healers will, keep topping them up, and it'll just make your overall attack stronger. All right, let's catch you in the next attack. All right, guys, last attack of the day. But you'll see here, once I decided to switch, which was after my third attack that failed, the 2-star, we've gone 1, 2, 3, 4 perfects in a row. So hopefully we can make it 5. Let's jump into this last attack. All right. Okay, so here, double Rage Tower. So I think we should walk into one of these and hopefully take out a Rage Tower itself, and then Root Rider into the other side. There's ricochet cannons here as well, which is going to be good for that type of entry. Trying to see if there's any better place to enter. I'm scared of this single here, so I want to drop my Queen maybe on this side. Okay, let's go here. 8, 57, 56. Okay, there's our invis. 1. Okay. I think, where's she gonna walk? 46. That's fine. Oh, for Spirit Fox. Okay, we're gonna ability here because I want to take out as much as this 36 invis. Clan Castle comes out. That's fine. I have one more invis. I'm gonna wait for. Nice. 20. 26. Okay, so we have to get ready to. Oh, let's recall. Just to be safe. Okay, I've kind of taken out that bottom portion, not fully yet, but maybe we can go like that. And then let's drop our Queen on this side and drop that with the Siege Barracks. I'm going to wall break in here. Hopefully that pushes my Queen into there. And then we can just start our Root Riders up here. That. Healers, balloons. I guess I'll just drop our Valkyries now before I drop it too late. And then our RC. And then let's go ahead. This is raged up, remember, so we need to be careful here. Maybe ability now. Okay, it doesn't hurt to ability a little bit earlier than later. We have a Skelly spell that we're going to use to distract the Monolith later. I'm going to overgrowth this so that everybody walks straight. Here's our distracting skeleton spell, and then we're going to rage in this core. I'm going a little bit ahead of the healers. Usually you want to hit the healers, but my healers made it. Drop a headhunter there. I'm not sure if that's going to make it, but here's what it is. Let's drop some cleanup now. And wall breaker. Let's see how we're looking. Still got a bit of cleanup that we can drop. There's still some defenses on the left-hand side. I think we're okay. We still got 3 heroes up. Our minion prince went down, which is fine. We actually still have our fox up, which usually is dead by now, but the fox is up. It's good. Yeah, guys, look how strong this army is. And this is my first day trying it. I'm probably going to use it for the rest of the season. Yeah, look at that. Overkill, 35 seconds left in the raid. And then, of course, again, to show you how effective it was, as soon as I switched to that army, we went perfect. Okay. So plus 310, not too bad. Still got a bunch of defenses to go. Rank 408 in the world at the moment. And where are we in Canada? Top players. We're 7th in Canada, which is pretty cool. Of course, though, we have a bunch of defenses to take, so that'll probably drop us out. I think if we're using this army for the rest of the season, we'll probably see a lot more plus 320s. So perfect day. So I think it's just a matter of being able to defend, and hopefully we can stay top 1,000 by the end of the season. All right, catch you in the next video.